Let us begin by settling into this moment. Let us allow the noise of yesterday to fade and the pull of tomorrow to soften. Here, now, in this quiet space, we pause, we breathe in, and we breathe out. We are here. We give thanks for this breath, for this body that carries us, for the life that moves through us even when we do not notice it. We are grateful for the gift of waking, for eyes that open, for the quiet stirring of a new day. We give thanks for the simplicity of being alive, for the ordinary grace that holds us. We are grateful for the people who walk beside us, for those who love us even when we are difficult to love, for those who offer us patience when we have little to give in return. We thank you for the small mercies we so often overlook, for water, for warmth, for shelter, for food, for the ground beneath our feet. We give thanks for the rhythms that steady us, for rest and waking, for silence and sound, for the turning of days that reminds us we are part of something larger than ourselves. As we step into this day, we ask for the grace to see clearly, not with judgment, but with honesty, not with harshness, but with truth. Help us to notice where we have been holding too tightly, where we have been resisting what is, where we have been demanding that life bend to our will, rather than learning to move with it. Give us the courage to soften where we have been rigid, to open where we have been closed, to release what we no longer need to carry. We ask for the wisdom to know what is ours to hold and what is ours to let go. Help us to discern between the weight that strengthens us and the weight that only wears us down. Teach us the difference between responsibility and burden, between care and control. Grant us the humility to accept that we cannot fix everything, that we cannot solve every problem, that we cannot carry every person we love across every difficulty they face. Help us to trust that others have their own strength, their own path, their own lessons to learn. Remind us that love does not always mean intervening, that sometimes the deepest kindness is to stand beside someone without trying to change them or rescue them. Give us patience with ourselves today. Help us to meet our own imperfections with gentleness, to forgive ourselves for what we did not do perfectly yesterday, to release the stories we tell ourselves about who we should be by now. Remind us that growth is slow, that change takes time, that we are still learning and will always be learning. Help us to be kinder to the parts of ourselves we wish were different, to the fears we carry, to the doubts that surface when we are tired or uncertain. Let us not turn away from our own tenderness, but meet it with compassion. We ask for patience with others as well. Help us to remember that everyone we encounter today is carrying something we cannot see. Remind us that the person who frustrates us, who moves too slowly, who speaks too sharply, is also tired, also uncertain, also doing their best with what they have. Give us the grace to pause before we react, to breathe before we respond, to choose kindness even when it is not our first impulse. Help us to listen more than we speak, to be curious rather than certain, to ask questions rather than make assumptions. Teach us to hold our opinions lightly, to make space for other perspectives, to remember that we do not have all the answers, and that this is not a failure, but a fact of being human. We ask for calm in the midst of whatever this day brings, not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of steadiness, not the removal of challenge, but the inner quiet that allows us to meet it without panic. Help us to remember that we have faced hard things before, and we have survived them, that we are more resilient than we often believe, that we can handle more than we think we can in this moment. When we feel overwhelmed, help us to return to our breath, to the present moment, to the simple fact of being here, now, alive. Remind us that we do not have to solve everything today, that we can take one step and then another, and that this is enough. Give us the wisdom to ask for help when we need it, to reach out rather than isolate, to admit when we are struggling rather than pretending we are fine. Help us to see that vulnerability is not weakness, that honesty is not failure, that needing others is part of being human. Surround us with people who meet us with gentleness and help us to be that presence for someone else. We ask for the ability to notice beauty today, even in small things, the warmth of light, the kindness of a stranger, the comfort of a familiar voice. Help us to see the good that is present, not as a way of ignoring what is hard, but as a way of remembering that life holds both, always. Teach us to be grateful without pretending, to be hopeful without denying reality, to be honest about pain while still making room for joy. We ask for clarity in our choices today. Help us to act from our deepest values rather than from fear or habit. Give us the courage to say yes to what matters and no to what does not, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it disappoints someone, even when it feels risky. Help us to trust our own inner knowing, to listen to the quiet voice within that guides us toward what is true and right for us. Remind us that we do not owe everyone an explanation, that we are allowed to protect our time, our energy, our peace. Give us the strength to honor our own boundaries and to respect the boundaries of others. We ask for the grace to forgive, not because harm did not happen, but because holding on to resentment only keeps us bound. Help us to release the stories of who wronged us, to let go of the need for others to apologize or change or finally understand. Give us the freedom that comes from choosing our own peace over being right, from choosing release over revenge. And where we have caused harm, help us to own it, to make amends where we can, to do better moving forward. Remind us that we are not defined by our worst moments, that we are capable of growth, that it is never too late to choose differently. As we move through this day, help us to be present, not lost in regret about the past, not anxious about the future, but here, now, in this moment, in this breath, in this step. Help us to meet each person with attention, each task with care, each moment with awareness. Remind us that this day, this ordinary day, is the life we have been given, and that it is enough. We do not need to wait for some day, for when things are different, for when we are different. This is it. This is the day we have. Help us to live it fully, gently, truthfully. We ask for rest when the day is done. Help us to set down what we have carried, to release what we cannot change, to trust that we have done enough. Give us the peace that comes from knowing we are held, that we are loved, that we do not have to earn our place here. Remind us that we are enough, just as we are, right now, in this moment. Not because we are perfect, but because we are here, because we are trying, because we are human. We close this prayer with gratitude for this moment of stillness, for this breath, for this day ahead. We step forward with open hearts, with steady feet, with trust that we will be given what we need. May we be kind. May we be patient. May we be present. May we be at peace. And so we begin.